Yeah, yeet! What's poppin', Mav? Alright, now, before anyone asks, this match isn't official or anything. This is literally just a match to kind of go on in the background while we fucking discuss shit and whatnot in regards to MCCW since its inception last month. Because, as you guys know, MCCW was founded on what was, it's like the very early morning hours of my 19th birthday.
Fight!
On half speed. But, yeah. So, the EFED was founded on my 19th birthday after I was discussing the idea around with Joe and Dylan about it, because originally what I used to do before MCCW was that literally, as like we're watching now, I'd literally just throw together some random battle royales and then just let the AI take it from there and I'd stream it. Which some of you, of course, stop by for, like, every now and then. And again, before MCCW was a real thing. Mainly, I just came up with the idea, went through with it just because it seemed interesting and new, and I guess sort of innovative in a sense. But for it to receive the response and attention that it's gotten so far in only like its first month, it's still really surprising to me, honestly, if I'm being truthful. Like, I honestly, within like the first, I think it was like, what, 2 weeks of it, we had like already 12 people signed up, and individual people as well, which is the shocking part about it, in my opinion. Because, you know, you got the likes of, what is it? You got Dylan, you got Mav, you got Karoy, Kira, Dave, or as everyone knows him, DT, Mongo, Joe. Excuse me if I'm blanking out on names. It's like, just trying to remember, because I'm just so used to knowing everybody's character, but then trying to piece it together with the handles, it just throws me off. But, yeah. So, like I said, you got Dylan, you got Mav, you got Roy, you got Mongo, you got Kira, you got Joe, you got Swan, you got Price, there's me, there's Suzuki, there's Dunn, and then there's... I can't believe I'm blanking out on the last person here. You got... That one guy. But anyway, I'm pretty sure y'all will probably figure out who the hell I forgot until this says the 12th and that. Because Lord knows I am, and I'm disappointed in myself. But yeah, when we first started for the first week, I know the first 3 people to sign up for that were Dylan was the first one to put an application in. Then Mav submitted one not too long after. Roy submitted his. Then Mongo submitted his. So then we were already up to 4. Dunn submitted his as well. So then that put us up to 5. Then I think we got a 6th as well. Because we also got Jason Justice at some point. Then we also got Oh, because then there was Weasel Pop as well, because Swan also put him in. And then the first show was originally going to look as if there were only going to be like 3 matches on there, with someone having to like not be booked for that evening. But then Joe came in with like a last-minute sign-up in the form of Koch, who's in the ring right now, and that pretty much set up our first event. 4 matches with all 8 people included. So, if I remember correctly, the matches for that night it was Nelly against Thompson. There was Weasel Pop against Justice. Daniels against... Oh, fuck me. Blanking on our night. Daniels against Justice. And then the main event was Galloway against Ogden. And I remember exactly how I came up with that. And Kira, answering your question, there haven't been any tag matches yet. And I'm surprised Yamaguchi's bleeding after that bite. There haven't been any tag matches yet. However, at the Week of Gold show that's going to be happening on, let me check the calendar, the 24th of July. I know we're set to have a tag match between Dos Angeles and the Icons. Just like Map said in the chat, Dos Angeles versus the Icons. I think that'll pretty much be the first tag match ever in MCCW, will be that. But yeah, like I was saying about the first show, the way I determined the booking for that was that I literally just got like a random number generator, assigned each person a number in the order that they had signed up, and then I just generated numbers so that way it was like, you know, say 2 was facing number 5, and then 6 was facing number 4, and then that was basically how the booking for that went. And then after that show, Mongo got me to convince Icons out here busy. But yeah, then I know the way I booked the second show was that I had the newcomers go against one another, which was me against Suzuki. And Suzuki had actually gotten into MCCW because Mongo had told me about one of Suzuki's previous characters. I never thought I'd see Weasel Pop do a Shining Wizard there. Sanko and Sakura can challenge after this month. Dope. But yeah, so like, we had like the newcomers match on the second show between Bernhardt and Kazuko. I think in that one, Nelly first death trap in like the middle. Thompson faced Koch, I remember that, because the ending sequence for that ended up finishing with both guys like Thompson missed a drop kick and Koch missed a lariat, and then Thompson planted him with the fall of man. Royal Rumble, not exactly Pirate, not exactly. But yeah, but I know. Oh, because I also remember that's when Yamaguchi faced Ognon in that contest. Yeah, then I know there was Nelly against Death Trap. Daniels faced... I think Daniels faced... No, he didn't face Koch in that one, did he? No, because... Yeah, no, Thompson faced Koch on the second episode of Voltage. I'm trying to remember who the heck Daniels faced in that. I'm gonna have to... WWE Battle Royale, sort of. These are all like... Pretty much all 8 people in the ring right now are characters from the fantasy wrestling company that I run. And some of the people in the chat right now are some of the members of that fantasy company. Let me actually check the show card real quick. Okay, so Justice did face Daniels. Yeah, then Nelly was against Death Trap. Koch against Thompson. And then it was Galloway and Weasel Pop in that main event, which was a really good one, honestly. That one was a really good main event. This is new. Well, Ace, this is basically what I'm referring to as the masterclass review for my fantasy wrestling company, because 3 days ago marked the 1 month milestone for the company. So we're just kind of taking a moment to do an in-depth look at what's happened, kind of from an out-of-character perspective, but also an in-character perspective as well for MCCW. So, like, trying to think of how I want to word this exactly, but I've already mentioned like all the out-of-character stuff essentially. Like, there was the first show that took place, and Yamaguchi just eliminated Death Trap, by the way, and Nelly just got knocked out. Yeah, what was it? Where was I going? Oh yeah, the in-character stuff. Not in-character stuff, we were still on out-of-character stuff. I'm sorry, I'm jumping the gun a bit here. Out-of-character stuff, there was, like I said, there was the founding of it. That was on my 19th birthday. The shows that came after, we did like 2 regular shows, but then after that I kind of held like a poll, because I was thinking, well, obviously we're going to have to crown a world champion at some point, but it was just a matter of how do we want to determine that. So I put out a straw poll for everyone to vote on, and it was either we do a regular tournament, you know, that basically is like, you know, one-off matches, essentially. You know, you got like your quarterfinals, your semifinals, and then the final match for the championship. Or for those who watch New Japan Pro Wrestling, we were going to do a round-robin league-based tournament based off of the G1 Climax and Best of Super Juniors to determine who would be world champion. And most of the votes ended up going towards the league style format. So the way we did it was that we had 12 people. And, oof.
Give up. Give up.
Thompson just did the least effort on Koch, by the way.
Give up.
And Koch responds back with his own. Classic. Do I have a Discord? I do, but it doesn't get used all that often. And Yamaguchi's gone. Trying to think, does my Discord link still work? Let me check. Oh yeah, that's my Discord. But what was I mentioning? Oh yeah, how the league came about. And by the way, ignore Nelly, who's dead in the corner. But yeah, there was the league idea, and we have, I mean, currently we still have 12 people in the company. So best way to do the league was obviously 2 6-man blocks. And with that pretty much sparked the birth of the Gold Rush League, which this inaugural one is just to help determine who's going to be the first ever world champion. But if MCCW is still around about a year later, I'll probably run it again, but still kind of under the same basis as the G1 Climax / Best of Super Juniors from New Japan. Because basically that's what I'm basing MCCW off of, is New Japan Pro Wrestling. That's essentially what it is, but it's like, obviously it's based more in America, but still it runs like New Japan Pro Wrestling. But yeah, that I think kind of just fills in all the out of character breaks. But in character wise, however, kind of switching over to the Alistair Mayfield persona now. For those who are new, I'm Alistair Mayfield. That's basically my on-air persona, so to speak. Because the way I kind of act is almost similar to Mauro Ranallo whenever he did commentary. Like whenever there's like hype moments, it's like, but you know, not with the catchphrase of "Mamma Mia," but like y'all know what I'm getting at. But essentially, in regards to in character, though, speaking from, you know, Alistair's point of view, again, still really surprised by the reception that the company's gotten. Honestly, I thought the first show went over pretty well. And then it was even more surprising how from the first show we went from holding 4 matches to now holding a minimum of like, to pretty much like a minimum or like maximum of like 6 matches. I need a catchphrase. Bro, my catchphrase every time, like especially when it comes to like ending a match, if it's by pinfall, I'll constantly shout, "He got him!" That's basically like my catchphrase in most matches, is "He got him." Oh. Watch Koch break it up. Oh no, Thompson actually kicked out. Hey, don't be hating on Koch, man. Koch is one of the most lovable guys in MCCW. But, oh geez, Shades of Voltage episode. Oh my god, Kazuko, why? But, yeah, again, speaking from Alistair's point of view, there's, like I said, I also thought the first show went over pretty well. I mean, I kind of struggled a bit when I was doing the first show because, like, I was trying to remember, like, everyone's, like, build, hometown, and their weight, like, off the top of my head, and also, like, certain move names as well. So I'm just like, oh, yeah, he hit the, it's like, I know that's one of his signature moves, but I don't remember the name. I was basically going through one of those, but then after that, I printed off some, like, cheat sheets, so I kind of know exactly what I'm saying, who's from where, what their weight is. The only person I don't have a build hometown for is Galloway, because Dylan just told me, like, that, Dylan just told me that Galloway's from Louisiana, and I'm like, but bitch, where in Louisiana? And meanwhile, Shirai's just double foot stomping the hell out of Nelly. But yeah. like I said, first show, like I said, I thought went really well. The second show I thought was better than the first. Only because, like, watching that... Oh, that actually might be it.
1, 2, 3.
Yes! Sorry, I kind of had to celebrate it because that's my own guy. That's my boy. That's my boy. But, yeah, with that in mind, actually, now, yeah, I had Gallows from Church Point, Louisiana. I'm going to have to double check with Dylan at some point and be like, yo, just for the sake of commentary, just give me a city or something in Louisiana that I can build Galloway from. But, yeah, like I said, first show I thought went really well. Second show was a lot better. I mean, especially, like, with each match, because the match rating kept going up and the main event was, like, really good as well. Because that really kind of showed just how, like, powerful Weasel Pop and Galloway are. Also, we gotta switch up Death Trap, because since he was first one eliminated. Sorry, DT! But now we get to put Shirai and Koch as first and second. And entry finished. Honest character one buys. Hey, this is not that one place that I'm not gonna say just for safety when this thing gets uploaded. I have characters for viewers. I do not, only because in order to kind of be part of MCCW, there's like an application that you have to submit, and then I have to look over it. I mean, pretty much everyone that submitted one so far, I've like, yes, Kira, that one place. But I forgot where I was going with this. But yeah. Like I said, second show, even though I've kind of said this for about the 5th time now, second show, better than the first, and then it was after the second show that the announcement for the league got put out, with the 2 separate blocks. So in Block A, we got Nelly Angel, there's Death Trap, there's Shane Thompson, there's Bernhard Denzinger, there's Ognom, and Weasel Pop. Then in Block B, you got Kazuko, you got Galloway, you got Koch, there's Yamaguchi, there's Daniels, and then there's also Jason Justice. And it's kind of really been, at least for those who are close in terms of points, it's gonna be a tight race down with the final 2 weeks, because over the current 3 weeks that have happened, Nelly, who's currently sitting in first in Block A with 6 points, he's been undefeated all throughout the 5 shows that have been broadcasted. He beat Shane Thompson on the first show, he beat Death Trap on the second show, beat Death Trap again in the first match he had for Block A. Hey, look, Galloway's got a chair! And then he beat Weasel Pop, and then he most recently dominated the crap out of Thompson. Alright, Ace, you take care. But even though Nelly is on 6 points, you still kind of got to watch out for Weasel Pop and Death Trap, because ever since DT lost that match to Nelly, he's rebounded back up to 4 points. So pretty much DT's lost 2, but he's also won 2 in response after losing to Nelly twice. But then of course there's also Weasel Pop, speak of the devil who's entering right now, he's also currently on 4 points after picking up wins over Thompson and Ognum most recently. And then, of course, mostly everybody else is on 2 points except for Ognum, who still hasn't won a match in the Gold Rush yet. It looked like he was going to beat Weasel Pop, but Weasel managed to, like, rally back and beat the piss out of goddamn Ognum. But then you look at Block B, and 4 out of the 6 people are sitting on 2 points right now, with those people being Kazuko, Daniels, Justice, and Koch. The only man who's on 4 points right now is Galloway, but the only man that's ahead of him in those rankings is Yamaguchi, who, just like Nelly, is currently unbeaten in the Gold Rush. But as we're constantly looking over the stats, these next 2 weeks, or actually next week as that matter of fact, is probably going to be one of the most crucial going into the tournament in terms of the Gold Rush. Mainly because in terms of we could already have our finalists set before the final.
Give up.
And the way that gonna happen is if Nelly and Yamaguchi win their matches, but then for Nelly, he needs Weasel Pop and Death Trap to either tie or lose their matches next week, and then for Yamaguchi, he needs Galloway to tie or lose his match against Kazuko. Because I think next week, what is it? Weasel Pop has Bernhardt to face, and Death Trap has Thompson to face. So, I mean, it's one of those where like it kind of could go either way, but knowing how the stats roll, I can see Death Trap winning his contest against Thompson, who's at Yamaguchi. And then I can see Weasel Pop Bernhardt. I told Swan this. It's like 80-20 in favor of Weasel Pop. Like, I was probably going to give a bit more to Bernhardt, but with the way Weasel Pop works, I have to give him 80 in those terms. Because that man can hit like an absolute truck. I mean, Bernhardt's no joke either, but, like, Weasel Pop's a scary guy. But, I'm trying to think who else. Like, in Block B, Galloway has to put up with Kazuko, which, again, it's another one of those cases where it's like you got Galloway, who we've seen as a dominant force, but you can't take Kazuko lightly either, just only because of his dexterity and just his ability to kind of, in a way, run circles around the opponent. And then Yamaguchi's facing, because he faced Koch this past show, so I think he's actually facing, actually, who is Yamaguchi facing? If I'm trying to remember off the top of my head, I don't think it's Daniels, he's got Justice. So Yamaguchi against Justice this upcoming week. So that'll be an interesting one, because that's literally going to be a battle of submission moves. But yeah. So I think that pretty much kind of covers the masterclass review in terms of both out of character and in character. We'll on and on about, you know, MCCW that or MCCW this, like, you know, it's still a young, still a young up and coming. I mean, that could definitely go the mile, but it just all depends on like what guys like join and whatnot. So, I mean, you know, we already got the likes of Death Trap, for example, who is pretty much a legend in the XHF. There's Nelly, who's also a bit of like, I think judging from what Mongo's put, Nelly's like an underdog in a sense. I'm trying to think of what else. I mean, you pretty much got Yamaguchi showing off his like. Jesus, there's so much happening right now. And people breaking up pins left and right. Yeah, guys, like I said, if you got any questions for me, just fire away with them. Like I said, I'm not trying to pretty much take up all this spotlight, but if you guys got questions for me, just ask them.
Give up.
Storylines, like in terms of, I think I can see where the question. In terms of storylines working, I mean, really the best way I can put it as to how storylines will work out would, the best example would have to be in the case of Nelly and Deathtrap. Like, if you guys want to run feuds and whatnot, kind of like collab on that in the roleplay section. I mean, like I said, like Nelly and Deathtrap did, where they did that small collab of where they were together in like Washington at like the fish market, and they're just talking and such. I mean, you guys can constantly just have like a thread for that. And it's like, you know, say for one show, there's like a backstage confrontation, there's like a post-match assault in one area, like pretty much stuff like that. And then eventually that will kind of build up to the grudge match at like, say, like a pay-per-view. That will pretty much give one guy like bragging rights over like the other, and then, you know, the characters move on from there. In answering Mav's question, I have no idea, man. Like, I honestly don't know if that man's gonna get stopped. I mean, I know it's gonna sound weird and wrong to say, but Ognum's kind of one of the only hopes at this rate to actually give Nelly a defeat. Someone, I think, just tapped out. Nelly OP. He can be seen as such. Like, here's the thing. I gave everyone like pretty balanced stats, like in the sense that the point total's the same. I mean, obviously some people have more points in one area than another because of their style, but still, it's relatively like close in terms of like sums. And yeah. I mean, Kira's not wrong about what he just put. Like, literally, Nelly hit, like, his finisher about 5 times on, what is he? His finisher, like, 5 times on, like, Thompson last night. No, not last night, 2 nights ago. Oh, and Shirai just got eliminated. Yeah. It was something incredibly stupid that resulted in, like, Thompson eventually getting knocked out. It was kind of funny, but I kind of felt bad. Because, like, I'm gonna be honest, I view Thompson as, like, one of the underdog characters. But Jesus Christ, it freaking... Oh, TKO over Koch. Galloway's gone. But yeah, like, if Mav's still here, I genuinely, like, view Thompson as, like, an underdog character. And speaking of Thompson, he just no-sold the shit out of that powerbomb backbreaker. Like, I genuinely feel like as if Thompson doesn't exactly have a good turnaround in order to, like, kind of put himself in the main title picture, I could easily see him being, like, the mid-tier champion. Alright, Sepp Koch. Alright, so Ace, answering your question, the 4 guys in the ring right now, the guy that's, actually, hold on. So the guy that just got eliminated in the black tights with the green boots, that's Shane Thompson. The guy that has the tattoos and the blue shorts and the blue mohawk, that's Yamaguchi. Weasel Pop is the guy that's in the black singlet with only one strap. And then the guy that's in like the denim jeans or shorts or something, I don't really know. With the black knee pads and boots, that's Nelly Angel, the guy who's currently undefeated in MCCW, who says he's currently sitting on a record of 5-0. The question of whether he will go 6-0 or 5-1 will be determined this upcoming Wednesday when he faces Ognum in round 4 of the Gold Rush. Which I won't lie, is kind of like, you look at like the standings, you got Nelly up top sitting on like 5. What is it? He's sitting on like 5-0-0. The only person that comes close to him is Yamaguchi, who's 3-1-0. And then pretty much everyone after that is like either they got 2 wins with like 3 losses or 2 losses depending on when they came in, or they have like 1 win with like 3 losses. Which is something that kind of makes me feel bad for in regards to Andrew Daniels. Because you look at Nelly, 5-0, then you go down to Daniels, 1-4. So like, I really feel bad for him, because I mean, the Daniels character hits so hard with his background, being a former prize fighter. But I feel so bad for him since he's only gotten the 1 win, like, because he kept losing up until like Wednesday. 1-4. Like, he lost pretty much every match from the first episode of Voltage to episode 4, and it wasn't until this past Wednesday that he finally picked up his first win. I won't lie, I'm still trying to think on a name for like the middle tier belt, that's like for the mid-card belt. So I'm trying to think of a name for that. But then at the same time, I'm also having to think of a name for the Week of Gold show that we're gonna do. So there's some thinking that needs to be done. Nelly kicked out. There's only heavyweight and junior heavyweight titles though. Kira. This is MCCW. Everyone's listed as a heavyweight. Don't at me. Yeah, I don't really know what I call the mid-card belt, honestly. I mean, if anything, I might frickin' pull a page out of, might rip a page out of AWF's book and just call it the United States Championship. Because since pretty much MCCW is kind of just traveling across the states right now. We started off in New England, but now we're kind of making our way across country. I think what else? Nelly's done it! Your feet, or rip it up, if you're ever gonna make it. Yeah, on your feet, rip it up, if you're ever gonna make it. But yeah, so I definitely still have some stuff to think over and whatnot. But I mean, I've still got like time leading up to it. Right now, I'm more focused on how the rest of the Gold Rush is going to play out, in all honesty. Let's get Justice in. Oh, yeah. I know another fun thing that we've been doing as well, that's just part of the creativity as a whole within MCCW, is that we've already come up with like 2 different characters for like they're not like wrestlers, but they're like I guess in a way they're like just other personnel, because we got Ronnie the Tech Monkey, who is like this one like young guy who's like in like his early 20s that everybody just hates, and like he's only like working for the company to help produce the show because it's decent pay, and like his dad vouched for him and getting the job. And then like recently we came up with like Thomas the janitor, who's essentially like a Morgan Freeman-esque kind of guy, where he's like this one dude that, where like if you got any problems at all, you can just vent to him and he'll sit and listen and then like try to offer some sound advice. He's just like a real helpful guy. But yeah, I know there's probably some other characters that we can come up with as well. It's just a matter of like how the hell we plan them out. I mean, there's no rush, but it's just a fun little idea to kind of do in like our free time. I do know though, and this is kind of important for all the MCCW guys, is that leading up to Night of Champions, before the show gets posted. Ace, it's kind of funny you mentioned Matt Riddle, because Jason Justice's like pick base or his likeness is actually not Jason Justice, but Matt Riddle is what I meant to say. Yes, Jason Justice is Jason Justice. I'm not wrong either, but I'm not correct. But I know before the Night Champion show gets put up, I know I'm definitely going to put like a thread for the winner of Block A and Block B, where it'll be like a press conference leading up to the match at Night of Champions, so that they can each just kind of give like their thoughts on the match and their opponent, just to kind of add like that extra bit of drama going into the match.
Give up.
And bro, I am gonna be goddamn ecstatic if Swan goes on to win the X Crown at Night of Champions, considering he beats Subject 42 at Overheated. Jason Justice versus Matt Riddle. I'd pay to see it. Yeah, no, like, I definitely am thinking that if we were to do, like, another tournament or something, I'd probably do, like, another press conference, thread. Because I know, I was thinking of doing one for the Gold Rush tournament, but there wasn't enough time at all. So I'm thinking that, like, if, way later in the future, like, if we were to do the Gold Rush again, then I'd probably announce, like, a month in advance, like, who the participants would be, and then about, like, a week or two later, I'd put up, like, a thread for, like, the press conference crap, and then we can pretty much move on to the league from there. Just to kind of add flavor to the atmosphere, really. Because I don't want it to just be like, yeah, here are the people that are going to be wrestling. Because part of that immersion factor for something like this is that most of it comes in the fact that it's like for sometimes the optional role plays that you guys do sometimes. So that kind of helps people give an idea as to like what the character's feeling and whatnot going into the match. / matches, I should say. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that's worth mentioning as well in regards to the current state of the Fed. I know an interesting fact that I have to share is that if Rob were to come back but not really roleplay, he said that MCCW would be one of his picks to like put a character in. And I think Rage is still thinking about putting his Matt Hicks character in MCCW as well. Because I know I brought that up with Rob, and he said it's like he probably will at some point later down the line. And I'm like, all right, cool. So we might honestly have like 2 more legends joining the promotion in the future, but I mean that's just a guess. Just kind of judging by the reactions from, judging from what Mongo told me, and also judging from Rob's reaction from the other day. So nothing's definitive yet. But I mean, if it does happen though, I'm going to be on the same level of like excitement as I was when like DT first joined MCCW. Because I was like out of nowhere. And Eddie, thanks for that brand new follow. Trying to. You know what, since this is the Masterclass review, let's do something a little bit interesting, and let's get some predictions going for next week. So, next week is going to be round 4 of the Gold Rush tournament. Usual 6 matches, 3 from Block A, 3 from Block B. But I'm really curious as to who you guys think is going to win what match. So, first match on the card is Alan Galloway versus Kazuko Shirai. If you guys had to take a guess, who would you take a guess as to who would win that match between Galloway and Shirai? Justice has been eliminated. Kira says Shirai. This Galloway's a cheat. You know, Kira, I'd also kind of call you a bit biased in that decision, considering that if Galloway loses, that's going to help Yamaguchi a lot. Because that would basically take 2 points away from Galloway. Alright. And Kira, I already know your prediction for the next match, because it's Yamaguchi versus Jason Justice. So, the fact that Block B could literally be decided within the first 2 matches is already heart-racing as is. Alright, and then third match is Koch Knocker versus Andrew Daniels, which I believe is like another rematch from... It's actually a rematch from the first episode of Voltage, because it was Koch against Daniels. So if you had to take a guess as to who was going to win that matchup, who would you say, Koch or Daniels? Say Koch. If I had to take a personal prediction myself, I'd honestly go with Daniels. If he's able to put in like a similar performance compared to what he put in against Shirai, then I can see him moving up on 4 points. All right. The match after that, Shane Thompson versus Death Trap. Who would your pick be, Kira? On that one, I already have a good feeling as to who it's going to be, but I just want to hear it anyway. DT, I figured. I'd kind of have to say the same, though. The match after that, Ognom versus Nelly Angel. I'm pretty sure I can already guess everyone's prediction for that one. It's very obvious who like the favorite to win that one is. Right, and then main event, Weasel Pop versus Bernhardt. I mean, again, if I had to interject myself on the Weasel Pop Bernhardt match, I would have to say Weasel Pop, honestly. Remember, as much as Bernhardt's kind of a bit of a loose cannon and unpredictable, Weasel Pop will probably more than likely take it to him. Kira, I mean, Bernhardt's already won a match in his block because he pinned Ognom in their match. So, but I mean, I can understand though. It would be nice to see Bernhardt move up on 4. I mean, it'd be an even bigger surprise if we see Ognom move up to 2 points on Wednesday against Nelly. That'd be the biggest surprise. I'd laugh my ass off. I'm pretty sure everyone would, while frickin' Mongo would just be raging behind his screen. He'd be like, "What the fuck?" And then Croy would probably be doing a little like victory dance in the corner just to taunt Mongo. Which, in that case, would be extremely funny then, because that would mean that Ognom's like only 2 victories would be over like the 2 block leaders at that point. He's got a victory over Yamaguchi, and then if he beats Nelly, he'll have a victory over Nelly. I mean, to be fair, that'd only give him an even, like, higher priority of challenging for the world title, but I'd still want to run that storyline of where, like, he constantly tries to challenge the winner of the belt, but, like, other people keep knocking him out of the way. It's like, nah, I'm going first. And by the way, Shirai just tapped out Yamaguchi. And I think Koch might be eliminating Thompson here. Oh no, Shane kicked out. Complete shot. Blurry vision. Headbutt from Koch. I don't know what he was going for with that. Oh, that was a nice counter. Also, Kira, I'm not sure if you got the chance, but did you check out Swan's roleplay that he did for Weasel Pop in regards to Overheated?
Give up. Give up. Give up.
Kinda did. I thought it was a pretty good one that he put out. Because it actually kind of helped him a bit with that roleplay, because he, like, was asking for like interview questions as to what people would ask, so I helped him with that part.
Dude, pretty interesting and cool for real.
Yeah, I think it's definitely a strong start for the character going into like the big title picture for sure.
1, 2, 3.
And Koch is gone. Oh, that's got to be it.
1, 2.
No, Thompson actually kicked out. Oh, Okada style drop kick. Oh, there it is again. Other Kira. Crap, now I forgot what I was gonna ask. There was something I was gonna ask, but now I forgot what the hell it was. My mind literally just blanked out on itself, and now I'm sad. Oh, okay, that's gotta be it. Oh no, he's going for the added punishment of a submission. That's mean, but funny. But yeah. Alright. I actually think with that in mind, I'll probably kind of end the masterclass review here, because I don't want to keep dragging it on for like more dead air. But yeah, no. I definitely am thinking of kind of doing this as like a monthly thing, just to kind of just like step back from like being in character so much as like the Alistair Mayfield persona everyone see, and then just kind of like step back into like my real skin and just kind of like we all just take a look at it from an out of character perspective. But yeah, thanks guys for coming out to this. Like I said, I'm thinking of doing this as a monthly thing, so the next time this will happen will probably be sometime in the beginning of August, like maybe the same day, maybe the 5th or 6th or 7th, all depends. But yeah, you guys have a good rest of your day, and I'll talk to you all later. Bye.